Good afternoon, Representative Carter, 2nd District. Good afternoon, Senator Coleman, Representative Fox, Senator Doyle, Representative Ritter, and my esteemed ranking members, Senator Kissel and Representative Rabimbas. It's a pleasure to be here today. I wish it were under better circumstances. I want to put one disclaimer out there in the beginning, because I know I only get 3 minutes. I had what I would call the best divorce in the state of Connecticut. A number of years ago, I was involved in a pro se divorce. My former wife and I got along fantastic. Today, we've been divorced around 12 years. We have 2 fantastic kids. I think it cost me around $500 for the divorce, including 2 certified copies of the divorce decree. So I'm not one of those people here who had a bad judgment from a divorce. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that. I'm here today because after taking office in 2010, I have seen this problem. I have seen a problem where I think people have lost faith in our family court system, as I have lost faith in what I've seen in the family court system. Specifically, the parental alienation that's going on with respect to kids not getting a voice, the role of guardian ad litems in the system. I think we all have constituents come to us. I'll tell you, the first person who came to me back, maybe 2010, 2011, I thought she was off her rocker. She was sending me so much information, I couldn't absorb it, and then I finally spoke to her, I sat down, I got to know her, I got to know more people in my community going through the same thing, and I found out this group of people really may appear nuts to us. And you know why? Because they've lost their kids. Because they're victims of what they feel like is an unfair system where they've had a guardian ad litem come in and represent their kid, but not represent the best interests of the kids or the family. As I've seen this move along, I see this as a systematic problem. The guardian ad litems in our community and the attorneys in our community are good people. I have no ill will whatsoever, and I believe they do what they can to stand up for their clients and the community, and I don't begrudge anybody. But I do believe that what we've done is we've created a system that is inherently, breeds more controversy. It breeds conflict. By putting the guardian ad litem in that spot, I think we've given a greater opportunity for families to fight over the disposition of their own children. And I think that's really where I've seen this thing develop, and I think that's wrong. It doesn't make any sense to me that we don't have DCF involved. And DCF is a licensed clinical social worker, making these kinds of decisions to see if a person is or a child is in any kind of danger, not another attorney. And I don't mean it because attorneys are bad. I don't mean it that way. I mean, we want trained individuals out there who are licensed clinical social workers making this determination, and I don't think we need to pay an attorney to do it. See, the other part of this that I urge the committee to think about is when you're looking at these bills, this one is not just another negotiation about trying to say, well, we want to keep the guardian ad litems, in business because they need to be able to earn a living, and family attorneys need to be able to earn a living. This is different. We need to make a systematic change in the way we do this, not looking at this as another business environment. Because you know what, folks? People have lost confidence in the system because of it costs too much, and because of what's coming out on the back end as they're losing access to their children. It makes no sense. And it may be just 1 or 2 or 3 of your constituents coming to you saying that, but that really is far too many. And when you talk to these folks, you know what? I don't want to see you rolling your eyes. These people have a legitimate problem on their hands, and I think we're there to help them, and it's indicative of a system that's gone awry. And it's a system; it's not the people. So I hope, with 494, I don't think this is a start at all. I think it needs to be scrapped and started over. It really does. I think we should look at the role of guardian ad litems, and I think the previous testimony may have had some really good ideas. Because I would have sat here and I would have said, hey, scrap the whole thing and leave it to probate and leave it to juvenile court. And maybe we should have licensed clinical social workers, more of those funded through DCF. That would make sense to me. And let's not keep talking about a sliding scale. Because at the end of the day, attorneys are great people. Attorneys do a lot of pro bono work. But that's not the measure of what we're doing if it's right or wrong. Attorneys can do pro bono and we look at them and say, that's great. But it's the middle class who are getting raked over the coals with these fees and these divorces, and even the good divorces stink. They're emotional. You have 2 houses to support. It's very difficult, and now we lop on all these fees because of a system that breeds conflict. That's what is before this committee today, and I hope you look at 494 and you do what you can either to make it better or toss it out the window. Because at the end of the day, we need a system that's fair and equitable for everybody. Thank you.